All right. Well, we're working on this neck pocket, trying to get some of the bulk wood out of here. I know it doesn't look straight, but if you can see, I'm cutting the wood on the inside, the lines. We'll straighten it all out later with some chisels, make it nice and neat and straight. It's a lot of work to do this, though. A lot of goofing around trying to get it to fit right. And this wood doesn't want to be cut. It's a cutting board after all. I'm actually not cutting it, I'm burning it. You can see that. Yeah, we're getting a start on getting this wood chiseled out of here. I'm a little bit afraid of this, because I'm afraid I'm going to cut too deep or something. Hey, look at that. It's coming off pretty good. A little bit at a time. Ouch! If I don't lose my thumb pounding it off here. God damn. Yeah. There we go. We'll get this out of here. Righto. Ouch! God damn it. I'm going to lose my thumb before this is over. We're working on it. Oh, jeez, my thumb. Jesus Christ. We're still working on this. Trying to get this. Ah, damn it. I'm going to cut my fingers off. Those are sharp. A little bit safer to use the sandpaper, boy. So there's a spot right here that's sticking out. The neck has got a flare to the bottom, so it's not perfectly square like I had scribed. So it needs to be flared at the bottom. And let's see if it fits. It's getting close. It fits at the... It's almost there, boy. I want a nice, it's got to be in there snugly. This is so much freaking work. I can't believe how much, I can't believe that I started this job. And now I'm planning to build another one too. So, oh boy, somebody wants me to build one for them. No way. No fucking way. All right. Well, I thought that I was going to make this absolutely perfect. And it looks pretty good. Looks nice and square. But I assure you, it's way off. I'll tell you what, I wish I had some table saws and gear that lasers or something to measure this. I ain't got nothing but my eyeballs. That's all I got is my eyeballs, man. Yeah, I tried to make it nice and tight, but what happened was the bottom of the neck is not square. It is got a flare to it. So that's when we started going off kilter, because I had scribed it to be square and took the measurements and made them square. Unfortunately, what's happened is I made a, well, it's going to work just fine, but it's, it's not the neatest thing I ever did. You could see some room on this side. Well, there's going to be a binding. There's going to be the binding around there. You're not going to see that, but that's the neck pocket. I might have to screw with it a little bit more, but as you can see, it's got a triangular shape. If you pull it this way, it gets tight. See, it's nice and tight like that. I could leave it like that, to fill in something there, but it won't make it with the rest of the guitar that I've already designed. But that's how it's going to be, like that. But we got the neck slot done, somewhat. Well, I know I got a brush somewhere, but this is a stick, almost as good. Maybe not. But we're gonna start putting this on there. I'm gonna have to get a brush, maybe some water to water this down. Looks like it's thick. Now we will. Oh my God, I should have got some of those clamps out. Man, I'm not prepared to do this yet. What the hell are you doing? Oh boy. Now, I've been told that when you're gluing on something like this, they said not to glue that part to the top. And they said it was because it'll vibrate and cause some more lively sound. You know, just a regular, more vibration. So we're going to try something like that. I'm not going to glue the middle of this. If it screws up and makes a bunch of noise or something, I'll just have to steam it apart and glue it back together or something.
Yeah, it's looking super clean.
Well, I won't let you watch this whole damn thing. Well, I've done poured enough Elmer's glue on this thing and make it probably turn into an animal of some kind. All right, I'm gonna put these clamps on there. Well, the batteries went out, so I didn't get a picture of the clamps being put on there, but there you go. There's the thing with clamps on it. We're not gonna screw with it till tomorrow. See what happens. Oh, I got so much sanding to do yet. Oh my gosh. All right, but we're getting along here. We're doing along here. Well, okay, here's the next day. Taking off the clamps. I know, the place is a frickin' wreck, I know. What do you want from me? This is how I do things. If the place wasn't a wreck, I wouldn't know what I was doing. Look at that. Okay, so we got the back on, and now these areas here, I'm going to experiment with electronics there. So there'll be just enough room to put controls in there. See, you got the wires here coming out, and the wires are all going out right there. So in this area will be controls. I don't know if I'm going to mount a volume control right. Maybe we'll mount a volume control right there. I don't know how we're going to do this yet. But these areas around the edges are going to have the electronics. And I'm going to experiment with some electronics. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. So we're going to want to enclose this area. So I've been looking at some of these scrap wood, and I'm thinking, hell, if I heat and wet, I don't even have to heat them or wet them. I think I just bend them around there and glue them in place somehow. Clamp them and glue them. And I think, we'll put some brackets or something to hold it in place, something. Yeah, that's going to work. I think we could, oh yeah, no problem. We're going to start bending this. So what we're looking at is this is just proud of 3/4. Okay, just on this side of 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's as far as we can go. Trying to use the edges of these pieces of wood and to make sure I'm straight. There we go. That one looks straighter than the other one. Don't worry, I'll sand them all straight eventually. All right, let's see. How are we gonna do this? I want to bend those. Well, first of all, let's get an idea of where we're at here. Oh my God! Look at all the sanding I got to do. It's just not perfect. Well, okay. So let's say we place this like that, and to get a basic idea. Just trying to get a basic idea of what the shape of this is going to be. Let's say it's like this. I mean, that's approximate. Well, let's see if we can get this one on the other side. Well, it's just a basic idea. Let's see if this does the same thing. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to use this as a bending tool for these pieces of wood. So we'll get this out of here for the moment. All right, so we're going to try to make some kind of a form so that we could, put an iron on it and bend them. So we want this to be, well, it's just to get a basic understanding. I don't know, can we just drill these in there like that? Let's find out. Ha! I guess not. Alright, we have to try to make some kind of a bending bracket for this. So we need one on the inside here, so we'll drill a little hole. Well, anyways, we got a jig that we're gonna get this wood bent around there like this, but we want to get this wood wet first. All right. This steam iron has straightened out acoustic guitar tops and even necks. Yeah. These things wet and hot. Get some steam in there. I think this is the steamer thing right here, this little button. And this one here gives a spray. Ooh, we're burning the wood here. I don't want to burn. Get some water on it. Let's just see if this is working. Let's soak these pieces of wood just a little bit. They're getting burnt and everything here. All right, so now I've got this all wet. Maybe we can get them pliable. Well, we got kind of an unusual situation where the wood is split there. I didn't know that it was plywood. I thought it was solid. but still, we could fix that. We'll put some glue in there and we'll make sure it fits all together. But yeah, we heated it up with the steam iron, and got it to go in there. So we basically got a basic form, so it'll dry like that, hopefully. Okay, so we're coming up on something like this, and it'll have to be bolt on. It'll have to come off because we're going to have the controls in there. I'm going to have to do some filing. Ain't no way we're going to get a full sizer in there unless we do some cutting. A lot less cutting for this to fit in there. One way or another, we can get that in there. I don't know, this way or that way. I might have to put an indentation in the wood there. And so we're going to have to, one way or another, I'm going to get the volume control in there. This is actually the preamp for the whole instrument. And I don't see any problem with it fitting in a corner there somewhere. See, we have the wires here. Well, you can see they're all over the place. But so one way or another, we're going to get those wires down in there and hook up to this and that. And then, I don't know, what kind of switch. Maybe maybe we won't need a switch. I don't know. Or maybe we'll put a switch. Maybe we'll put a switch here for that pickup, or possibly we could put a switch for this pickup here. Maybe a little tiny switch. In any case, we're working on it. We're trying to come up with ideas. You know, this is not an everyday model. This is a brand new model of guitar I'm designing. No one's ever made a guitar like this before. I don't think they'll make one in the future either. I think this is going to be a one of a kind. No one's ever going to make another one of these. But okay, we got our job ahead of us. Boy, oh boy, we got some tight tolerances to make things fit. So, hey, we might change our whole idea on this. We might make this guitar a non-active guitar and just put some pickups on there. Oh, and I got plenty of pickups. Let's take a look at the other pickups also. All right, we're changing our mind on if this is going to be an active guitar with a battery. I don't think I could make all this stuff fit, but it'd be a lot of work. On the other hand, I could just put this high distortion pickup in here, and it doesn't need any preamp at all. And oh god, I got a bunch of bridges I could use. Who knows what kind of bridge I'm going to put in there. Or this is an active pickup. That will need a battery. That will need a battery. I don't know about that. And then we've got this thing. It's a oh my goodness. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe we're going to have to dig a hole in there. We're going to have to route it. Maybe. Then again, this one won't need a routing. It doesn't. It's not a high output pickup, but it's a good pickup. It doesn't need any power. It doesn't need to be active. You can hook this right up. That might be a good idea right there. It might just fit right there. That's a good idea. Then we got this humbucker, and this is a monster. This is a high output. This is like 14 whatever, and it's. I'm gonna have to route it out. See, that's the problem. I have to route this stuff out. I don't know. These are what I got. Now then again, I have stuff like this, which is a tone and volume control deal. Hell, man, we just mount that right there like that. Shit, man, there's all kinds of ways. I don't know how I'm going to do this. How am I going to do that? I don't change my mind on how I want the electronics. And I really can't go any further until I figure this out. You know? So, this is the kind of thing you go through when you're designing a new design of a guitar. This is a new design. No one's ever made one like this before, ever. This will be the PETRA music guitar. That's right. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll have the two single coil type looks. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. The thing is, I got so many extra junk parts Well, this is not a junk part. This is a good part here. Look at what I could do here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, look at this. We can put this in there. Look at that. Oh my God, look at all the things I'm capable of doing. But I have no idea what I want to do or how I'm going to do it. Okay, we got a lot of thinking to do, and if anybody has an idea, let me know. But as it appears, I did order some tools from Temu, and one of the tools I ordered was a routing setup to hook onto your Dremel tool. So we're waiting for that. We're going to straighten this out a little bit, and maybe we're going to route out some pickup holes. I don't know. Wait and see. We're working on it, but I got a nice big pile of junk to work on here. Look at that. Right on, right on. I thought for sure that the end of this video would be part 3. Part 3 would be it. The guitar would be done, be finished, I'd be putting strings on it, I'd be playing it. But no. I'm stifled. I stopped. I don't know how I want to finish this guitar. I don't know if I want it to be in active pickups or non-active pickups. I don't know what kind of volume controls I'm going to put where. I am baffled because I haven't come up with the right idea yet. But anyways, if you remember, in part 1, we bought a neck. We bought this neck. And it had 5 stars across the board on Temu. But it showed up with a chip there. This is a freaking repair. I don't know if you could see the paint. The paint is covering up the side markers. It's sloppy, and the binding's got a big groove in it. I know you probably can't see it. There's all kinds of scratches and everything in the paint. You probably can't see it because I don't have the best camera, just a zoom camera. But it was 90 bucks. And so I contacted Temu, and I did a review. I sent them a video, and I said, this is not worth 90 bucks. This is a repaired thing. It should be a repaired piece of crap, and it should be 30 bucks. So in a day or so later, I looked. I was going to buy some tools. I bought a what you call a routing setup that you could hook your Dremel to, so I could really straighten out some of the stuff on that neck pocket. So I saw that it was 40 bucks. So what the craziness did I do? I bought the $40 one, and it came, and it looks like it's perfect. It's not absolutely perfect. The paint is still a little bit sloppy right there, but it's nowhere near as bad as the first one. And this looks like a bone nut. That looks like it looks like somebody made it. It's not a piece of plastic. I don't know if you can, that's a bone nut. I'm really happy about that. So what does this mean? It means that I have to build another guitar. Another guitar after this one. And I have no idea how I'm going to do this one. So it may be a while before we get to part 4. But this is going to be the end of part 3. And I have no idea what I'm going to do in part 4. I'm going to try to finish the first guitar. I'll decide what pickups. Who knows? I might buy a whole new pickup. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. You know I'm not normal. And my guitars are not going to be normal either. I'm going to design these guitars and they're not going to be normal. They're going to be abnormal. You know I'm not normal. So, who knows what I'm going to do in part 4? I may go off on a tangent that no one will understand, including me. So, we'll see ya in part 4.
Bye-bye.